BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. There's a fine line between confidence and recklessness, and here he comes out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Looking to buy time. Oh, he's going to go up top. And it's incomplete. Looking for the huge gain on first down.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking downfield. It's Turner. They get to him as he throws.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Send the tight end in motion. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. He'll set up to throw. Coming out aggressively. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right. Almost had it in his grasp.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Back to pass, it's Dampier. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense.
Going to take a shot. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Touchdown, BYU. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He gets it past the chains, and it'll be a first down for Marshall. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. In your own territory, 4th down, no problem at all. They just go for it again.
What about you, Reese? Are you going for that?
Yeah, man. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed over the middle, it's White. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. Running behind that left side. Past the first down marker and still running. Turning on the Jets. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now facing a 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. Tight end now in motion. Looking for a man. It's Dampier. Trying to burn this defensive back. Pulls it in on the right. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. To the air on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
The Cougars are marching down the field. It's a reverse. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And wide receivers are doing this more and more in college football. You see them motion and shift all over the place. They give them the football a lot. Sometimes they use them as a decoy, but nice, positive game. But more importantly, defense understanding they're ready for it. Good stop.
The sweet feet buy a little time. He's going to take off. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. He'll take a shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Paul.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Making side adjustments here. Trying to turn the corner on the right. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And a lot of times the defense is focused on the middle, right? Bring more big bodies in the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speeds to the football. Had a little bit of success, but nice job by this defense.
On the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Here we go.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
Marshall quick to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and fortunately ended up losing yards.
3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Got it behind the line. It's White. It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15. Right back to the well. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Turner. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy. Man, he is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Dances away to buy time. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there.
Let's go. Right. Single. White 50.
The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to the ground. Runs through the tackle. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to be like, listen, O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Here on third down. Quarterback may change this route. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Turner. Makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Marshall quick to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He's going to throw deep right side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got him downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Wants to throw on first down. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Herd.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here. There he goes! At the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Cougars! He got a step and just dusted the field.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Now they'll try the two-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll try to get the two-point conversion here and make it a 3-point game. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Buying some time. He's in there for the two-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Let's see what they dial up on this fourth down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Under fire. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And the Cougars will try to punch it in on first and goal. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback moving. He caught it. Gets it into the end zone, but there is a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So the O-lineman got a little too far downfield. It wipes out the touchdown, and they'll back it up 5. It's one thing not to believe in punting, but to go for it that deep in your own end and give away a first and... Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars. They take the lead with the 6.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Looking to throw, it's Turner. Here comes the heat. He'll try to do it himself. At the 35, he's open. Turning it on. All the way inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 37, and the chunk play has them threatening.
It's so difficult when you're running a pass play, but really it becomes a run because he can do that. The quarterback can scramble around. Receivers are running down the field. I got to cover him and run down the field. Now I got to come try to catch this guy who's flying downhill so fast. The angles don't work. He's too athletic. That's why you get a big gain.
You know, it's difficult for QB sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He's going to let it go. He's got it on the outside. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. The snap sets up to throw. Now improvising. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Here's the pressure. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Back to throw, it's Turner. Touchdown, Marshall! Quick strike through the air for the score.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Finds a little space. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go Way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. On the move, it's McKenzie. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Off the play fake. Quarterback extends the play. Pass is complete near the sidelines, but they'll lose yardage.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down to try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. And the returner goes down. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Marshall quick to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Out of the gun, the inside give. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the third quarter. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first three periods. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Marshall might try to catch this defense thinking run here on 2nd and inches. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The flag and another delay of game penalty. They do know there's a play clock up, right? The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Marshall needs a near miracle on this 3rd and long. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Thundering Herd needing a ton of ground to get it to that 1st down marker. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The kick is on its way. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Makes the grab on the right. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Breaks into the open. He'll step out of bounds at the 11.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
BYU has this offense clicking. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. A run for the quarterback. Not quite able to turn that corner and get it to the house. He's out of bounds at the 8.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Just drives it between the uprights. Fellas, we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? Pitt is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. They've got to be loving this in the Steel City. They're up by 33 over New Mexico State. Just another week of Conference USA football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. The give to the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use. To the ground with the back. Turns it on in midfield. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Gonna run it. It's Roberts. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
A field goal attempt from here would be 54 yards. They'd love to pick up a few on 3rd down. Goes to the option. Oh, better look out. Across the 25. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. He'll take it himself. Runs through a tackle. Oh, no, the ball popped out. And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Here's the handoff. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Not able to pick up that first down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
Man, I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this first down.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on fourth down. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
And how about that play by the defense on a critical fourth down? The opponent decided not to kick a field goal. I know things haven't always gone great for you defensively in this game, but when you needed to make a play, you stepped up and you did it, and you've now given the ball back to your offense with an opportunity to go down and win this game.
Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Back has it. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably. Maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays. Back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. They'll give it to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Marshall quick to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And that's a good, solid run there, Reese. And if you want to win in overtime, running the football is a good idea.
Showing that you're the more physical team in overtime can really be a breaking of their will. On the ground, it's Quinn. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll try it over the left side. Touchdown, Thundering Herd! They strike first in overtime.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. And the Cougars come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They give it to him again. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. First and goal, down a touchdown. They have to get it in the end zone. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
What a great play by the defense. When you talk about this running back, he's got a nose for the end zone. He just finds a way. You've seen that a couple times already early in this game, but defense wasn't having any of it that time.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Field goal is off the table. They have to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal here in overtime. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up 4th down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
Their last chance. Ball game could be decided right here. 4th and goal. Calls his own number. Touchdown, BYU! They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. But now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with 1 play to win this football game.
Here in the 2nd overtime, they'll snap it on 1st down. Off play action on 1st down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
They want to run this quarterback. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. A designed run for the quarterback. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, BYU! That score gives them the lead here in the 2nd overtime.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
They got the touchdown. Now in the 2nd overtime, you have to go for 2. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now in the 2nd overtime, you must go for the 2-point conversion. Back to pass, it's Dampier. Looking to the big tight end. They do not get the 2, and now the lead sits at 6 in double OT. Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Power football with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Still looking, on the move. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Touchdown, Herd! And they answered the bell and responded with a score of their own.
I think the quarterback showed his head coach a lot on that last touchdown pass, the poise and the confidence. And because of that, David, on this upcoming two-point play, you might just put it back into his hands and let him go win it for you.
Yeah, man, I need it again, right? Like these rules, I got to go for two. This is a clutch moment. Obviously, got to come up big. Do you trust him again? You worked on these two-point plays all year long, all week long. That's what you do. You know the rules. Now you got to go execute.
He got it! The two-pointer for the win, and they take the game in double overtime. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, Dave.
Free. Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome, back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.